So we have some time to kill, and we're heading out on a road trip from Tarija. Our first stop is going to be Tupiza. It's a red rock town in southwestern Bolivia. Here's the route. It's about a 5-hour drive up over some pretty high altitudes and remote dirt roads. We're going to make a quick stop in town of Empora, which is around here. And then we're going to head up over the mountain and down into the valley of Tupiza. So let's get on it.
This is the Church of Empora. It's a really cool old colonial town that's way off the beaten path. It's got this beautiful church and a bunch of like old, mostly adobe buildings. It's actually a really beautiful town, but it's way off the beaten path. Nobody ever comes here. Driven through it a few times before. Never stopped. Plaza. Now this town is really well kept for where it is. So quiet here. We just before we turned the corner here, we were driving through town and there was a drunk guy just lying in the middle of the road, like literally in the middle of the road. Passed out drunk. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, moye. So they do have electricity here. I can hear I can see the lines. There's electricity here. There's internet. They probably haven't had it for very long. They've probably had electricity for maybe 10 years. But this is just a very picturesque little town. It's one of the only towns we're driving right now from Tarija to Tupiza. We have to go up over a very high mountain. Actually, this is the highway that we're driving on. This is the road we're driving on. And I think we've seen about 4 cars in an hour. So very isolated, very, very few, very little traffic. Oh geez, here's a drunk guy who's all beat up. I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna put the camera away. Yeah, I was just walking towards the car, and there was this drunk guy stumbling up towards me who was all bloody, totally bloody face, looked confused and looked angry too. Looked like he just got in a fight. And he was, being a foreigner in a town like this, you got to be a little careful, especially having like nice cameras and things like that. So I turned off the camera and he left. So we're about to get it back on the highway. That's Bolivia.
Once we left Empora, we drove up 6,000 feet up a mountain. The road was remote, dirt, 3 to 4 inches of fine dust in a lot of places. Made it impossible to see when there was oncoming traffic. And there's some precipices dropping thousands of feet just inches from the road. This has all had excellent dashcam footage, but unfortunately the camera thought we were in a constant collision and malfunctioned, so I have no video. But you can see my car needs a wash. It earns its duster name. Let's continue to the top of the mountain.
We got to the top of, this is like basically the top of the road. I just want to show you the altimeter. We are at 14,018. So this is like technically a 14er, I guess they call it, right? And right over there, there's no way you could see it with the camera, but there's a condor flying. He's flying towards me right here. He's just soaring right here. I could see it pretty well with the naked eye, but with this camera, I doubt you can pick it up. Let me see if I could switch to phone mode and get a better view of it. The wind's picking up. It's pretty chilly up here. Gotta get back in the car and get down. You see the smoke coming up from down there? That's dust. It means that there's a car coming. So it's kind of nice because you know when there's traffic coming, but it's getting chilly. Time to get back inside. Good morning and welcome to Tupiza. We're in southwest Bolivia. Tupiza is kind of a like southwest. You got Old Western. Butch Cassidy was through here. You got a lot of red rock canyons. I don't know if you could see on the other side there. That's all red rock. It's kind of hard to see in the sun. The morning's not really lighting it up. In the afternoon, that's like bright red. That whole ridge along there. And then over here on the other side, there's more red rock canyons in the distance. So we do these, there's
there's like horseback riding and hiking here, canyons and spires and things like that. So it's very kind of southwesty type place to come, Bolivia style. And then we're right now on a viewpoint over the city. Right down there's the plaza, and there's a colonial church. Tupiza, because it gets tourists, it has some nice restaurants. Well, okay restaurants, better than what you would expect for a town this size in Bolivia. And hotel with absolutely the best showers in Bolivia. Some Hotel Mitru. Shout out to Hotel Mitru. That place has the best showers. So we're here for a few days. Gonna do some hikes, test out the 4x4, and see some historical sites and things like that. And yeah, this is Tupiza. It's one of my favorite towns in Bolivia. This is the first time I've been into these Red Rock canyons. I've been to Tupiza a few times, but I haven't come up into these canyons. Look at that. That's pretty cool. This is called the Puerta del Diablo, the door of the devil. So I guess because it's red, devil. Oh, I guess this is the actual devil's door, Puerta del Diablo. Tupiza is, of course, where Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid came and did their last robbery before meeting their demise about 100 years ago, a little over 100 years ago. We were at a kind of a quirky place last night. Let's see if I can find some pictures of it. So according to the map, there's some petroglyphs right back in here in this hill. I think these are the petroglyphs up here. You could up high on the rock there. Oh, here's some steps. Here's some steps coming up. So this has got to be it. I see up here. There's like a human, a snake, a llama. These are carvings, these aren't paintings. Okay, this is the second stop in the canyon. We drove up a bit from the Puerta del Diablo. This is called the Valle de los Machos, which means kind of like Valley of Manhood? Valley of the Manhood. This is why. So, bunch of spires. Those are pretty cool. Actually, this whole valley, like, we're kind of surrounded by fins and spires like that. It's pretty cool. The Valley of the Machos. Wow. Those are pretty tall. I'd estimate the ones in the back there are probably 100 meters tall.
Maybe not quite that high, but pretty tall. Got one that's blocking the sun right now. This is awesome. Wow. Along the horizon too. That's awesome. Some of these are funny shapes. Okay, I think this is probably the end of the road. It says Cañón del Inca. It's an Inca Canyon. So this is where like the narrows start, I guess. This really kind of reminds me of Zion. Oh, wow. Cañón del Inca in near Tupiza. Pretty beautiful. So we drove up a second canyon. This is Cañón del Duende, which is like what's a duende? It's like not a dwarf, but a gnome. Canyon of the Gnome. So this is what they call the door, for obvious reasons. And apparently you can hike like an hour up here. You can see where there's a bunch of fins further back. So we'll go for a bit of a hike here. Wow. Some of these spires here are so narrow. This is the Cañón del Duende. I think this is nicer than the main one. The main one gets more tourists. This one's a little bit more off the beaten path. Man, this is crazy. Oh no, it keeps going. There's a tunnel. Holy shit. Check this out. That's probably why they call this the Cañón del Duende, all these little hiding spots. Duendes are supposed to, the gnomes, mythical creature, it's supposed to hide in the mountains in Bolivia. Maybe it's not mythical. Maybe there are gnomes. Okay. This is as far as I'm going. The canyon looks like it's kind of opening up a little bit further, but I think that's it. Pretty cool canyon. So that's a look at the Canyon of the Inca and the Canyon of the Duende in Tupiza. Those are the top places to go hiking, horseback riding here. It was really beautiful. Our next stop is going to be Uyuni. We're going to hit the salt flats, but we're going to go kind of off the beaten path, and we're going to see some things most people don't get to see. So that's going to be fun. But first, we need gas. And there's no gas in Tupiza. In fact, there hasn't been any gas for 3 days. So I'm in line right now. Check this out. I don't actually expect to get any gas today. I've been waiting here all day. I really have nothing else to do, but we're kind of stuck here until we can get gas. Maybe tomorrow. Show up in the morning, and if there's gas, then we get to go. If not, we spend another day in beautiful Tupiza. Cheers. This is the diesel line, and that's the gas line. Most of the cars for gasoline have been sitting here, I think, for days. There's nobody in them. They're really just parked. But the diesel's getting filled. The diesel's been filled. We've had a couple of diesel deliveries each day, just no gasoline.